Hi there, fellow Earthlings. I'm Will House. It is currently a craptacular rainy day outside, but I'm here at work getting ready to go in. I just changed out my amplifier situation in there, so I got a better bass thing going on now, and I like it. It's kind of boomy with my big ported vintage Optimus from Radio Shack speakers, but yeah, it's bassy and I like it. Anyhow, bear with me while I deal with my hairs, and I'll deal with the craptacular raininess that is outside, and then, my fellow Earthlings, we'll get to talking about a little bit of music. Okay, what do I have to spin today? Black Sabbath, Master of Reality. Everybody should know this one. That's it. Should know that. If you don't know Sabbath, evil power pop. That's I think my best description of Black Sabbath. Evil power pop. Yeah, man, it's just hard rock and blues from the 70s, and yeah, it's just good stuff, quality stuff. Black Sabbath is, yeah, never thought I would have liked them the way I wound up freaking loving them for like 20 years now. Oh my God, I've loved Black Sabbath for almost 30 years. Wow, coming from my super nerdy youth, like being always kind of scared of the metal and stuff. Yeah, anyway, let's see if I can get this thing to focus a little bit better, more exclusively on me. Lock. Yeah, there we go. Anyhow, Thought Gang. This is Angelo Badalamenti and David Lynch. This is, I think, their only project that they ever did together, like their own names. Anyway, it's out on Sacred Bones. They just, I think, reprinted this little guy after having sold out the first run. Something like that anyway, but it's 2 discs on black vinyl. I raved about a song on the Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me soundtrack called The Pink Room, and that this is the group that is responsible for that song. And really, these guys are responsible for almost all of the music that's on that. But this is a different vibe. It's spooky vibe, evil vibe, like industrial vibe, but not in a like electronic music sense, just like a more literally industrial vibe. And yeah, like giant chunks of metal falling out of the sky and squishing your frail little tiny skeleton. That's right, the deal. But not quite. There's some sensitive stuff in there too, but it's cool. Thought Gang, 2 discs. Oh, next up is a numero release number 006. This one is Belize Boil Up. It is part of their Cult Cargo import series, and I can actually open this one up. Excellent high quality gatefold. Yeah, this stuff is all from Belize, mostly I think 70s or late 60s or something. Basically like ritzy hotel performer bands that did excellent stuff for all the tourists that came into Belize back in the day. When they would record stuff, it was all high quality grooves, just excellent stuff. We've had this record for a long time, and let's see, I have 4 numero releases right now, and I think this one is probably my favorite of those. So, yeah, if you see this laying around in a bin somewhere, it's absolutely worth a pickup. Oh, yeah. Who is William Onyeabor? Let's see, if I recall correctly, Nigerian indie music artist from the 70s. This one is on Luwaka Bop, which is David Byrne's record label, I believe. But it's 3 discs. Each side has a different kind of label on it. And, let's see, William Onyeabor just basically somehow, like he had enough money to, well, firstly, of course, dress this way. But secondly, to buy himself a really well-equipped studio and record just amazing synthy funky goodness. Like this one is like in their psychedelic series from Luwaka Bop, but it's funky goodness too. And he was kind of Christian and religious, and so some of his songs have like this like old school, like fire and brimstone kind of vibe. And it just, yeah, so it's funky, psychedelic, electronic, fire and brimstone, super danceable amazingness. That's William Onyeabor, or a nice little slice of William Onyeabor, however you say it. This is one of my favorite records of all time, Bollywood steel guitar. I found this on CD at a library like 15 years ago, whenever it was relatively new. Compilation. This one's on Sublime Frequencies. And we checked the thing out. I fell in love with it. It is 2 discs on vinyl. I think only 1 disc if you were buying the CD version. It's streamable on Bandcamp, the Sublime Frequencies thing. And yeah, it's old Bollywood film music. If you're not familiar with the Indian film industry, they have a long tradition of having dance numbers in their films. And like this is like 50s, 60s, and 70s stuff. It's a nice comp. And of course, it features the steel guitar, which is an amazing instrument when you have people who know how to play it. Oh, there's your crack. I know y'all like the crack, but anyway, it's got a nice little interior view from a tuk-tuk there, and Sublime Frequencies, the label name. Yeah, I mean, that's what it sounds like. That's it. Some cool dude who dresses better than I could ever dream of dressing, playing a steel guitar in a cool old music, like film music way, and like a 50s dancey way, 60s dancey way, 70s dancey way. Like it starts out like a 50s vibe, lo-fi kind of, and then it ends with like a nice crisp, almost disco vibe. But it's all steel guitar, and it's amazing. Oh yeah, this is where I discovered Charanjit Singh, who is one of my all-time favorite artists. He was a multi-instrumentalist, and he's got a number of songs on here. Van Shipley's another great one. Just super good record. If you've got a spare, like, what, 40, 50 bucks laying around and you want some cool, worldly, groovy, just awesome music, this is, oh, so good. Mwah. Chef's kiss to Bollywood steel guitar. And lastly, one of the only box sets I own, Lionel Hampton on Bluebird. What is it? The complete Lionel Hampton, 1937 to 1937 to 1941. Bluebird Records. It's it's all just, yeah, it's the 78s that Lionel Hampton played on between 1937 and 1941 that received wide release. This is them. And that's 6 discs, and I got it for 15 bucks at my local record store. Let's see, it's Siren Records in McHenry, Illinois, if you know them at all. Yeah, Lionel Hampton was a vibraphone player. You can kind of tell in this photo it's not really designed too well, but he's got his mallets there. And yeah, he's sort of a consummate showman. He could really fly on the vibes. And later on, like, Lionel Hampton was one of the early adopters of the Fender electric bass. Like, he made his bass player play one of those. I mean, he was a touring musician, so yeah, so much easier to haul around a slab of wood with an amplifier than it is the huge case that a string bass would come in. But that's beside the point. Yeah, Lionel Hampton. Just look into Lionel Hampton. The sides that he cut with Benny Goodman are in just great old school melodic jazz from the 30s. A lot of these cuts have Charlie Christian on them, and once again, like Benny Goodman. And man, it was Benny Goodman's band for most of these. He's just so good at picking out great musicians for his recording dates. So this thing is not expensive anywhere. Who has it? It'll probably be in relatively good shape because it's 6 discs. And I don't know, just more people need to dig on a amp. As far as jazz goes, he's one of my faves. So that's all I got. I got to go to work. Take care of everybody, my fellow earthlings. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.